The police in Mirebalais have said that they have already finished all the gangs. Is it really true that all the Haitians in Mirebalais are continuing with their activities? This is what is trending in the world of internet. As we always do, we are going to bring you trending story on whatever that is happening in Haiti. And these are the reason why the police have said that they have killed all the gangs in Mirebalais. You know very well that the gang that is mostly feared in that Mirebalais is the G9, which is headed by Barbecue. Barbecue gang right now is called the Vivan Sam gang, occupied Mirebalais. And these were the gang leaders that were shot dead in Mirebalais. Before we continue, we have your favorite guest, someone that I know you love the most. Let's introduce him. Hello.
Hello.
I'm happy to have you in the show.
Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
The show that we did previously, it was something.
They know my name.
Okay.
Jonas Simba, just in case you call that name. Yeah.
Jonas Simba.
Yeah.
The show that we did last time, it was fantastic. The audience loved it.
Okay.
Remember the story that we talked about, the 500 prisoners that were released from jail by the Grand Grief gang.
You've called it Mirebalais.
Yes, in Mirebalais.
Yes, right.
What can you say?
I actually called it Mirebalais.
Yeah.
You know, we are still learning how to read the. Is it Creole?
Yeah, it's Creole.
Yeah.
It is Creole, yeah. We are trying our best. You know very well that the gang have regulated Haitian journalists from doing this. Right. And also the Haitian government has regulated the journalists from reporting whatever that is happening in Haiti. But us, we are going to do our best to inform all the audience in the whole world on whatever that is happening in Haiti. That is our work as journalists. You know very well that journalist work is about risk-taking. Jonah, what can you say about this story that is happening in Mirebalais?
Well, my opinion would be it's a good thing that the police went into Mirebalais and did some kind of, taking control. Things were bad for prisoners to be released. That was 500, or is it more?
500.
Over 500? Yes.
500.
Yes,
Yeah.
That was serious. So for the police to go in there and deal with the gangs, that's a good thing. However, killing all of them, it's far from the truth. So far, Mirebalais, I would. It's not the way that the police are trying to put it, that they have killed all the police. No, that's not the case. I mean, that they have killed all the gangs.
Yes.
No, that's not the case. But for sure, they have done something. They have tried to do some firefighting to control the situation. Yeah, the police are very hardworking. The interagency from Kenya, the international teams from these other countries, they're doing a good job. Yeah, they're doing a good job.
This is something that people didn't expect to happen. You know very well that our Kenya police have been crying of lack of pay since January, and that's the reason why they are not going to continue with their work. But they are doing a good job.
Yes.
The Kenya police are really, really trying. It's not easy to risk your life to go and help a foreign country. All the Haitians should appreciate whatever that the Kenya police are doing. What can you say about Barbecue? Jimmy Cherize, you know very well that this is the first time that Barbecue has come to the media and said that he's going to finish all the police in Haiti. You know that is something that he can never do, because according to my opinion, this is something that Barbecue can never ever do. Remember that our Kenya police are experienced and all the MSS forces are experienced. Can Barbecue do this, whatever that he has said? And this gang, how can you eliminate them?
Well, Barbecue has been in this for quite some time. Barbecue is indeed a force. Barbecue can't be understated. He is indeed the leader of the Vivan Sam gang, the very big gang that we know. Yeah, so he cannot be understated. On the other side, Kenyan police together with this international police. Which other countries are these? Jamaica?
That is Jamaica, Belize,
Yes.
El Salvador,
Yes.
and Guatemala.
Yes, exactly. And counting. You know, you don't know who else may join in the police, you know, the team. These are well-trained policemen. These are well-trained military police, some of them. And I'm sure they match whatever barbecue has. They match that force from barbecue. Barbecue has done something. Last week he put some bit of force on Port-au-Prince. You know, he did some bit of moving on in, you know, marching forward in Port-au-Prince. However, the interagency team, the international police, very strong. I wouldn't see a situation where barbecue can actually overcome this international police. You know, it's not possible. And this calls for caution. There is a lot of propaganda now that can come, by the way, from all sides.
Yeah.
You can be sure that the gangs will throw propaganda here and there. You can also be sure that the police, you know, the international police are also bound to throw propaganda. So it's good to really dig into this information and really find out who is talking the truth and who is not. But the fact still remains, the police, the international police, is a very strong force. It cannot just be brought down easily. Destroying barbecue may not be the biggest answer. There is always room for dialogue. Remember, I keep saying Haiti belongs to Haitians. They actually are the ones who live there. They actually are the ones who understand the importance of peace in their country. The sectors that are hurting is hurting them directly. Yeah. So they are the ones who are feeling the pinch. So Haitians are actually the ones who finally will determine exactly what they want for their country. That is what the end game should be in all this. Even when the international police come in, the issue should be, what is it exactly that the Haitians want for themselves? Much as you're doing what you're doing, what is it that the Haitians would really want? Jimmy Cherize right now has come up and he's really bringing in some kind of voice. He's trying to say that even if you destroy barbecue, I'm here. I'm ready to destroy the international military, the Kenyan police. You can see the problem seems to be lingering on beyond barbecue. So let's boil this down to the Haitian people. It is the Haitian people who are going to win this war. It is the Haitian people. Their self-resolve, their desire for a country, their desire for a country that they can be proud of. Those are the real answers for the crisis there. And just give it time, Jeff. It's just a matter of time. You can never underestimate the resolve of a people. The more this goes on, the more the resolve in the Haitian men and women and the children and the youth of Haiti is building up to, yes, we need a country. We are tired of this state of war. And it's just a matter of time, and you will see peace back to Haiti.
That is what people are praying for, Jonah. That is the whole world are praying for. I know that so many Haitians are going through a lot. Right now, the price of commodities in Haiti has doubled up. Remember that these are people that doesn't have job, most of them. And this is their capital that has been attacked. More so, the Grand Grif gang and the Vivian Sam gang is the most feared gang in Haiti because of the worst thing that they have done. Seeing that this gang going through the media spreading propaganda. Remember that we have lost 2 of our Kenya police from these gangs. Remember this, the Vivian Sam gang that have done this together with the Grand Grif gang. How do you think and what should be done so that this gang can stop whatever that they are doing? Right now, the MSS forces have tried their best to curb this gang in Port-au-Prince, most of the Delmas, most of the most part of Haiti. What should be done right now, according to you, for this gang to be excommunicated?
I will never stop to champion for dialogue. I'm a firm believer in dialogue. I'm a firm believer in people sitting down, however heated the conflict is. That is the biggest solution. If these gangs can be brought down to talk, I'm sure there'll be a solution. I don't know how best to say this. Dialogue is needed in this situation like never before. However, now that the international police has gone in there and they are doing very good humanitarian job, bringing back peace to this lovely country, they should be resilient, because you don't know how long this state is going to drag. We are going to be in this situation until the Haitian people are happy with the state of their country. So the international police should not be fatigued. You remember, when something drags in for long, then fatigue creeps in.
So true.
And suddenly people start giving up hope. That should not happen. In fact, the international police should keep encouraging themselves, Kenya police included. They should be talking about the importance of resilience in this. Yes, we have come a long way. We still have a long way to go. Who knows when this conflict will really end? It has been there for many, many years.
Sure.
So someone should be ready to stay with the Haitian people, walk this journey with them, however long it takes. Because we had to be here. Remember, if nothing is done about something, nothing will happen. Right now, something is being done about this state of affairs. So the international police should be in there. Someone should continue speaking to them about the importance of resilience. Yeah, it is very key. This is going to be for some years. In my opinion, it's not something that is going to just go away easily. Even after Barbecue or these other gang leaders, probably for one reason or another, are removed from the scene, somebody still has to stand with the Haitian people and help them gain back hope, because they have lost so much. Remember, they have seen a lot. We are talking about people who have gone through, losing their own resources. Some of them have lost things that are unimaginable, that you can't even talk about. And yet there is no one who can bring this out. No one can talk about it. So it is time for the international community that is in there, the Kenya police, the police from the other countries, to stand with the Haitian people to the very end. It's not time to lose hope. This is going to drag in for a little longer than we thought. Even with the movement of Barbecue and the rest of the leaders of the gang out of the scene, this is not going to go away very soon. So it calls for resilience. That's what I can actually champion for. But as that is happening, let them also not give up on calling for dialogue. The moment these gangs start realizing that probably they are gaining ground here or losing ground there, that gives them some kind of strength to negotiate. When they win some ground here or lose some ground there, this becomes a reason for them to think about dialogue. Any gain is a reason for them to give into dialogue. Any loss is a reason for them to give into dialogue. Someone should start thinking about this. It's happening in Congo. Why not in Haiti? Someone should think about dialogue sooner rather than later.
Okay, Jonah, as you are finishing,
Yes.
you have seen that right now the Haitian government are attacking journalists, and any person that they find championing the right of this gang are being put behind bars. What can you say about that? And this gang are also attacking journalists in Haiti. That is the reason why most of the journalists fears to bring whatever that is happening in Haiti. In most part of Haiti, you cannot travel using your phone. The time that you remove your phone, the gangs think that you are recording them. What can you say about this? The gang attacking journalists, the government also attacking journalists.
It goes without say that in a state of strife, the way there is strife in Haiti right now, there is a lot happening. Remember, I said propaganda is bound to happen. It is only journalists who can bring out a clear picture. It is only when, a freelance journalist or a journalist from an agency is in there that they can be able to bring out the clear picture. Obviously, both sides won't be very comfortable with that. It's not a good thing. They should actually respect the freedom of journalism. But this is not what you speak when people are in such a state. This is not what you bring out in such a state right now. It's the best thing that can happen is probably to consider underground journalism, in the meantime. I would call for a lot of innovation for those who want to bring out the real cases that is happening there. It is very important for the truth to come out. Remember, when the truth comes out, that's when real solutions come out. When nobody in the world knows the real situation on ground, it's not possible. We'll just be operating with propaganda. But now that journalists are courageous enough, some of them are not even, some of them are freelance, not from even any agency. They should find innovative ways of bringing out the truth. Remember, there is power in information. When information comes out, this is what's happening in I call it Mirebalais. Yeah. I don't know why I call it Mirebalais, but it's Mirebalais.
I think it's the way that these people are pronouncing it.
Yes, yeah. Very different from how we spell it, right? Yeah, but when the truth comes out from what is happening in Port-au-Prince or in Mirebalais and in these other cities in Haiti, it becomes very easy to really know what you're dealing with, to know what kind of support you're sending in there. Right now, probably the reason why the journalists are being attacked is to give room for propaganda. It is only the journalists who can bring out the truth right now. You cannot depend on Kenyan police. You cannot depend on the gangs. It is the journalists who are going to bring out the clear picture, exactly what's happening, without propaganda. And that's probably why they're being fought. So find innovative ways for those journalists that are watching this or that are on ground in Haiti right now. There are innovative ways. Look for smaller cameras. Look for ways of doing it. You can find innovative ways of bringing out the truth. Remember, information on what is happening in Haiti is important for Haiti to come back to peace.
True, Jonah. As you are finishing, what is your last word on whatever the people that are spreading propaganda? Like you have seen, there are some people that are saying that all the gangs have been killed in Mirebalais, and there is no gang that is right now operating in that place. What can you say about those people that are spreading propaganda? Will propaganda really help Haiti to get back to its state as you are finishing? And your last comment on whatever that the civilians should do to make Haiti great again.
Understandably, propaganda is a tool in conflict. Whenever there is conflict of any nature, sometimes you find half-truths or even outright lies as tools of those in conflict. So that is understandable. However, my word to especially the international police, however much you may use propaganda here and there, be very, very careful on how far the propaganda can go. It's not good to play in the hands of the tools of the gangs, because probably the gangs are using propaganda. Now you also want to get into that mix and use propaganda. You may be playing in the hands of the gangs. When the truth comes out, it may backfire. You may look like you're the ones on the wrong. With propaganda, you have to really work hard, to cover this, cover that. Why go that route? This is a moment of reality. Haiti right now is bringing up a very interesting generation, a generation that is moving towards reality. They really want the truth. They really want reality. So champion reality, champion the truth. And for the citizens of Haiti, don't give up hope. Go for the truth. Be very real. Be very genuine with exactly what you want for your country. As you're moving towards fighting for your country to come back to normal, to come back to normalcy, be very deliberate on what you want. It will come. I pray for you. We all hope for the best for you. It will come. Thank you.
That's what we can say, that everyone is praying for Haiti. We always care as Kenyans because we know very well that our Kenya police are there and Kenyans love each other. You know very well that right now everyone in Africa is saying that the capital city of Africa is Kenya because of the love that they have towards one another. Remember the story of the lady in Kenya that was going to be killed, sentenced to death in Vietnam.
Right.
Kenyans came together, and Kenyans right now, they are fighting for one of their own to come back.
Yes.
And this is the first time that lady has not been hanged because of the love that Kenyans have towards each other. Remember the story of someone that, Steve, yeah, how Kenyans came out and stood together and made Steve to come back to Kenya once again. Yes. That's how Kenya love each other. That's the reason why most of Kenyans are interested in this Haiti story, even us. It's because that our own are there. And in the MSS forces, we have the highest number of the police. And we care about them. We should pray about, yes?
And Haitians are great people. Yeah, we really... we appreciate Haitians. Yes.
Kindness. Those people are very good. They are black
Great
like
people.
us.
Great people, yes.
Yeah, they are black like us. As we always say that.
No reason for them to suffer.
Yeah, black lives matter.
Yes.
There's no reason to fight one another. There's no reason to attack each other. Just live in peace and unity. That's how a country can move forward. Like what is happening in Sudan. Like what is happening in Congo. Fight doesn't help a country to grow, but it just destroys a country. That's what we can say, that we are Africa, Africans, and Africa is our business. Until next time, we'll say game over.